Okay, A Patch of Grass, written and illustrated by Carissa Weathers. In a small patch of a small lawn under a large old tree lived a community of plants. It was a rather tiny community, though not as small as some and certainly not as big as others, but each member was special and important. The oldest member was the Moss Boss, a kind, bumpy, fuzzy bunch of small stones who over time had planted himself at the roots of the great protecting tree. He was the first to settle in the community and had seen more seasons pass than anyone. For this reason, he was highly respected for his wisdom and experience. Moss Boss helped feed and nourish his fellow plants with his wide green blankety arms that held in the moisture for lifeblood of his neighbors, and he was loved, and the Moss Boss loved his home. His closest friends, both in time spent together and the fact they were planted quite close to him, were the refined classic couple Mademoiselle Chanterelle and her devoted love, Monticello Portobello. These two fantastic fungi were lovers of the arts and fluent in many bird songs. Spring was their favorite time, especially April, when rain would fall from the sky and Mademoiselle Chanterelle and Monticello Portobello would sing for the community. The little crowd of friends and family could be heard applauding halfway up the great protecting tree. Mademoiselle Chanterelle could reach the highest, clearest notes, while Monticello Portobello resonated through the ground itself with his deep baritone vocals. They were beloved by all, and they adored their home. Adjacent to the talented toadstool types were Chanterelle's highly excitable cousin, Little Lady Shiitake. Everything was exciting and new to Lady Shiitake. No matter if the seasons brought the unexpected or the expected, Little Lady Shiitake saw everything every day like she was seeing it for the first time. Some wondered if the little mushroom ever remembered things like rain or wind or snow. She was just always so impressed by all of it and kept everyone so happy with her innocent and uplifting reactions to everyday things. Little Lady Shiitake was like everyone's baby sister, and she was thrilled with her home. Now, the little community of plants were not all telling stories of old seasons and singing in the rain. Two important members of the community had responsibilities for protecting the little band of plants. These were the established members sworn to uphold the laws of their little land. It was important to have lookouts for anything or anyone who might seek to harm their little community. Head of the command of guard was the Brigadier Bleeding Heart Flower. He wore his star proudly, and his loyal troop hung always behind him, keeping watch for hard weather or any predators. He and his troop hung above the patch and had clear view of the entire lawn, as well as full height of the great protecting tree. The Brigadier's partner and civilian on the ground was the brave Viceroy Violet. As a fellow flower, he was bound to help provide a bright and noticeable color guard for their community. But also the Viceroy Violet and his fellow common violets were the voice of the community to the other nations of critters who lived around the lawn. He was also first to report to the Brigadier Bleeding Heart should anything disrupt things on the ground. The Brigadier Bleeding Heart and the Viceroy Violet were trusted by everyone, and they took great pride in their home. Filling the spaces of the patch of plants under the Brigadier and his troops were the Stern Fern twins. Stern implies these fluffy, thick bushes were serious or perhaps had no sense of humor. That would be anything but the truth. Oak the Joke, for instance, was a silly, jovial oak fern who had not one serious leaf on him. No matter the weather, Oak the Joke could make anyone laugh. His brother was Wood the Good. He was a wispy wood fern who was everyone's best friend. Wood, though more shy than his brother, always had a way of comforting and healing the fellow plants whenever they were sick. The Stern Fern twins made the patch feel happy and healthy, and they were forever connected to their home. All right. Perhaps one day you may see them, listening to the old Moss Boss tell his stories, Mademoiselle Chanterelle, Monticello Portobello singing in concert, or the colorful flowers standing guard while little Lady Shiitake laughs excitedly at Oak's jokes and Wood the Good is comforting a sick friend. Perhaps you too have a community, and it's filled with old-timers, with great stories and artists, with great talent, and people to stand guard and protect you, and people to make you see life brand new every day, and folks who make you laugh hysterically, and people who help you when you're sick. Just like them, under our own protecting tree, we live and love as one community. The end.